Hi folks, hope you're okay today. It's good to be with you. Just a quick video to thank all the participants on last night's Google Hangout. Really enjoyed it. It had a nice atmosphere, even at the end where soccer was a bit in your face. I know that that is not his normal behaviour. I know that he's a decent guy, and so it had a nice feel about it, generally speaking, on the Google Hangout. And I enjoyed it. I think the issue with soccer, just quickly about the issue of joy, and I think the problem that he had is that he wanted the supernatural joy of a Christian demonstrated empirically. And what I was trying to demonstrate to him is that ontologically joy cannot be demonstrated. That is in essence, and so that's why I talked about quantum physics in the brain, neuroscience, and philosophy of the mind, to show that you cannot demonstrate the nature of joy by ontologically. But what you can do is talk about joy functionally, and it was rational of me to talk about, when I quoted about the vine, and that we're connected to Jesus like branches to a vine, and that we can look at how joy manifests itself functionally. And so it was legitimate for me to talk about how our faith is related to a person who died and rose again, Jesus, and how that works out in practice in the area of persecution and suffering, as opposed to skeptics when they're persecuted and suffering. So it was a very legitimate position to take, and the problem that he had is that he had a presupposition and a methodology, and he presumed that that presupposition was the only issue, and that his methodology was the only way to look at things. But if you know me, I like to look at the two issues, presuppositions and data, and I was trying to get him to look at data, to think about data, and he refused resolutely because he felt that the data that I was given was not in accordance with his methodology, that is to say that joy had to be demonstrated empirically, which he couldn't demonstrate anyway. And so when I started talking about quantum physics in the brain and neuroscience and the philosophy of the mind, he got really upset and started attacking me as a person and speaking over me, and I had to mute him. And I think he was trying to push me to get him to kick him off the channel, or to get angry at him, and I wouldn't play his game, and so he kept trying to manipulate the situation. But I think he's a decent guy, he's a nice guy, but that's the situation that happened. Yeah, it was just good to have Christopher Marty, it was good to have Tommy Hall, Veckel, and Roy, and Nate, and it was just a really nice Google Hangout, and I hope that we can do some more in the future. If you look at my Google Hangouts, I enjoy these kind of conversations. I don't enjoy these aggressive kind of atheists who come on and are aggressive. I just think that it's not conducive to rational discussion and debate, and doesn't achieve anything. But these kind of conversations that we had, even though soccer was a bit aggressive, he's still a nice guy, and he's still, I regard him as a decent guy. It's not his normal behaviour. I enjoyed that kind of conversation. I enjoyed it. So I hope in the future to do more Google Hangouts. Me and Tommy Hall plan to do some. Maybe Richard Raspberry, if he's got time, will do some with me on Bible studies, and other Christians will probably do Bible studies with me. That the Panda Evangelist wants to do some Bible studies and theological discussion. So we've got some good future prospects of good Google Hangouts in talking about theology and the Bible. But from time to time I'd like to do these discussions and debates with people like Christopher Marty, Xbox, and other atheists who want to engage, or agnostics. Alright, thanks for listening, and God bless you. Have a good day, and see you soon.